on day 10 of the drive, about 2,900 miles in, and how am I looking, hey? Good. I'm pretty tired, I must admit. Yesterday was a pretty tough day for me, probably the toughest one so far. Thank God for Andy, who had his bike on the back because he'd broken down. Sorry, I was turning this country and western music off. And he was brilliant. He was very supportive of everything. He helped me get everybody through, and he was really good support. We were all very tired yesterday, and some people needed a bit of support, including me. So, but together we all got through. Like I said, I think about 2,900 miles I think so far. Day 10. We've now left South Dakota and Wyoming behind. Brilliant trips. 2 breakdowns, about 10 stops for speeding, about 2 speeding tickets, two speeding tickets, one warning, one fine of about $150 I think. And we've just left Salt Lake City about an hour ago. Got 234 miles left to go. I think it was 320 or something to start with today, so not a very easy day, that one. That's an easy day. And I've got poor Danny's R1 on the back of the truck. Danny's gone pillion, which gives me a bit of space, bit of me time today. And I'm just pottering along at 80, and I think all the bikes are in front of me. I hope all the bikes are in front of me. Phone's on the ready, and we're now heading towards Bonneville Salt Flats. I need some screen wash. I can barely see through this screen, and this window, I think it's just water coming out the wipers. But yeah, it's all good. Just surrounded. I'm on the I-80 now, and I'm just surrounded by salt flats already. But the ones that we're heading for, the Bonneville Salt Flats, and I think we're about 100 miles away, I'd say, something like that. Stopped for a wee before then, and dive for a wee. One of the curses of being the driver. Well, long distance driving for anybody really, riders and drivers alike. So, but yeah, the team are doing really well. We've all taken it in turns, I think, to have a bit of a flagging moment, but we're all helping each other along. So yeah, I just thought I'd talk to you and keep myself occupied and awake for a while. Like I said, yesterday was my toughest day. I had to really dig deep to get into the hotel yesterday, and then get the guys to the garage, and then then I had to go out again because Danny broken down again after 5 minutes after again leaving the garage, supposedly with a fixed bike. Unfortunately it broke down again, so now she's on the back, or the R1's on the back, not Danny. And poor Danny came originally for the Salt Flats. That was the main reason for her coming on this trip, was to do the Bonneville Salt Flats. And unfortunately her bike's on the back of the truck for that day, the only day that she really wanted to do, or her highlight, and sadly that's just sod's law for you, innit? But there you go. So what we're going to do with Danny's bike is she stays on the back today. We get to I can't remember where we're headed, but now Eureka, I think. Yeah, Eureka tonight. All the way through Utah. We've been and then we head for Bakersfield, and apparently there is a Yamaha dealer just en route, so Danny and I are going to leave at 5 o'clock in the morning. They've got the parts ready for her, so we're going to leave 5 o'clock in the morning. We're going to race it over there, 370 miles, leave everybody behind with Nick and Caroline, and we're going to race off. Hopefully everybody will be okay, and we'll get Danny's bike back on the road. Fingers crossed, like I said. If anybody does break down en route or we have any problems, I'll just have to race back again, or I'm sure with the support of the other guys we'll manage to get everybody back in one piece. So yeah, it's been a really interesting day, really interesting few days. We've seen a grizzly bear. Can you believe it? The grizzly. We kind of sat behind a tree watching it, and it was just pottering around, really, just scratching its arse. And yes, bears do shit in the woods. So it's been great fun. We've seen buffalo. We have seen Old Faithful. I thought Old Faithful was meant to go off exactly on time, like every 20 minutes or something. I always have that in my head, but I thought that's why it was called Old Faithful. I thought that was the sort of phenomenon of Old Faithful, but apparently not. It goes off when it feels like it, so that's not quite so faithful, if you ask me. But anyway, but it was worth the wait. We sat there for about half an hour, I think. So it was an hour. I think it was. Apparently, it had gone off an hour before we arrived. So about an hour and a half in between that on that particular time, and it gives off little spurts to warn you that it's about to go. And it's steaming, and loads of steam coming out of it, and the steam builds up, and then you get a little spurt, and you're like, ooh, and everybody goes like that with the cameras, and then it calms down again, then you get another little spurt, and you're like, oh, and everyone's like, oh god. and then she blows, and wow, that was well worth the wait. What a spectacular sight. It was amazing, beautiful, very beautiful. The wildlife for me was the big highlight. Big fan of wildlife, and the buffalo just stood in the middle of the road, big 10-ton buffalo. I don't know how much it weighed, but it was a bloody big bugger, I tell you. Stood in the middle of the road, just looking at us, going, "What? Oh, right, you want me to move?" So it did, potted on its way. Loads of them everywhere, like these beautiful big plains in Yellowstone Park. And then, like I said, the grizzly, lots of elk as well. All the Americans so far have been really nice, apart from one guy last night. Got to the hotel, and I was tired. Like I said, I was tired last night. I just needed a couple of hours, and I kept saying to people, I just need a couple of hours, and I'll be okay again. And unfortunately, it wasn't that easy to get a couple of hours at that particular point. But there you go, that's the way it is. Anyway, I was numb, completely numb, a little bit shaky, felt shaky inside. You're that tired that you just feel, oh, I can't speak to you now, I can't read the signs, I can't do anything. Anyway, got to the reception and waiting for my key, and all I heard was this American voice saying, "Let me give you some advice, move." I was like, excuse me? And I looked out, I said, Steph, I said to myself, okay, this guy's clearly joking, don't explode. So I said to him, I thought, I'll just clarify. And I said, I guess you're joking. And he looked at me and went, no, I'm not joking. A big fat guy with a baseball cap on. What an idiot. Oh, I'm just going to overtake you. Coming up a little bit too fast. What an idiot. Anyway, I then said, well, you're picking on the wrong girl at the wrong time here. No need to be so rude. And he pushed in front of me basically at the reception. I mean, there was only me there, so why? He only had to wait for me, so what his problem was. And then he just started laughing. He said, I didn't tell you to move. I was like, what? It's passing a lorry. Let's squeeze through here. Very good. Wonderful. Well, that's interesting. Anyway, so... And then Chris, one of the riders, had heard, and he turned around and he said, I heard you tell her to move. And all this. I was like, whoa, it's okay, Chris, it's okay, we'll manage, we'll deal with it. Anyway, the receptionist just went, move out of the way, sir, she's first, kind of thing, and that was it. I just don't know what that was all about. Apparently he done something to somebody else previously as well, so said something to someone else, move, I don't know. I mean, some people obviously don't have a life, and they feel the need to just have have a go at people. I don't know, but that's the only real idiot American that we've met. When Andy broke down, a couple of guys stopped and helped, and without them we wouldn't have got the bike on the truck. So you know, we've had people on the road coming over, just stopping and talking to us, and wanting to know about the trip, and seeing the British plates, of course. You know, they're all interested in what we're up to, and they love the British, and they, you know, like, as we all know, they love our accents, and they've all been really helpful and really nice, and a lot of them have gone out their way to help us. So I really am good about, you know, you get idiots wherever you go. There's always idiots wherever you go in the world. So we won't hold that one guy against America. I would say, apart from the odd one being a little bit too loud for my liking, that's just the way they are, you know. But not all of them, and they've all been really helpful. So what I'm looking forward to now is going to Graceland, which is really cheesy, but I can't wait to go to Graceland. I really want to see Old Faithful, done that, and I really want, I don't know why, as we're getting closer, Nashville and Graceland, brilliant. I can't wait. I really want to go and listen to some country music. It's like South Dakota was brilliant, the cowboy country. I mean, they got two types of music. They got country and they got western. So I'm kind of going through the radio, going country western, country western. I mean, it's all right for a few minutes, but you know, you get a bit bored of it after a while. So, but it's appropriate to the scenery, so that's good. Got some great pictures of that place. And great memories. What a brilliant. South Dakota and Wyoming are my two highlights so far. Two top counties to ride, and some brilliant twisties, amazing. Sadly, I was in the pickup truck, but you know, you can enjoy them on four wheels as well. It's all about your mental attitude, I guess. As you can see, the miles are kind of showing on my face. That's life. I'm hoping that in between trips, maybe somewhere I can get a bit of a spa and a back massage and a bit of a facial, just to treat myself, because I think I've done well. I think I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. No major outbursts, no anger issues, no tears. Sometimes when you're that tired, it's just really hard to keep it all in. It's really hard to dig deep, but food, sleep, water, that's the most important things, and then you can keep going. And amazing how it all looks different the next day. And yeah, so far I've really enjoyed myself. Yeah, have a look around. Look at that. Beautiful. But let's sit behind this truck for a bit. Chill. I still can't see any services. I'm lucky I've got enough fuel, but I'm dying for a pee. And I don't think I'm going to come across any services for some time yet, by the looks of it, because it's all looking a bit salty and a bit flat. It looks so similar to Morocco and the salt flats there, you know, just surrounded by mountains and one long white plain. Beautiful. I don't even know if you can see through the dirty windscreen, but I hope you can see that.